So we have some whole wheat buns.
Yes, whole wheat buns.
With sesame seeds, healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
We have a pork tenderloin, which you've cooked for how long, 45 minutes?
It's about 40 minutes, 45 minutes,
Okay.
yep. This is actually my son's recipe.
Oh, really?
You know, I involve him
How
into
old is
cooking
he?
as much. He just turned 7.
7.
And I involve him as much as I can because that's part of the buy-in, you know,
Yeah.
getting them to enjoy the foods that
Right.
you give them is getting them involved in it. So he created the spice blend that we use on this.
Oh, what's the spice blend?
Oh gosh, it's got black sesame seeds, it's got thyme, it's got red peppercorns, you name. And I actually wasn't watching him when he put it all
Okay.
together. So anyway, so one of the tricks I use is using leftovers because it saves me time
Right.
and it saves me money. And
Okay.
if I use leftovers, I can put together great lunches that I know he's going to use. So we're pulling the
Okay.
pork. Basically,
Yep.
you can also use your fingers,
Oh,
pull
I
it apart.
love to pull pork.
And, you know, all we're going to do is mix in, that's probably perfect for the sandwich.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix in a little bit of barbecue sauce. And you can make your own, use purchased, and we just mix it up.
And put it on a roll.
Put it on a roll. Now, you know, sometimes what I do is, I used to serve this to him cold, and he was very happy with it, but I'll also use a thermos, and I'll heat it up before I put it in, and just send the bun in alone, and he can assemble it on his own. You know, that's
in front of all the kids, making them all jealous.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one of the things to remember, to get kids to be really into their lunches, let them be involved with the building of it, even at the cafeteria.
Okay.
One of my sons...
Oh, this is good. So you can just pull it out.
Exactly.
Oh,
he probably
yum.
makes more of a mess than you do, but, you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
He's 7. And, you know...
And then he makes all his friends really jealous.
Exactly.
I'd be jealous if my friend
I
had
want that for lunch.
Yes. Tastes good.
So...
Okay. So you wrap that up?
I wrap that up,
okay.
and he has that. Now, this is probably one of his favorite lunches. And again, anytime you can involve them in doing the work, they love it. And, you know, another thing is, with leftovers, we always have too much pasta.
Right.
And it's very easy to make it, too, to plan ahead. So I turn them into, you can turn it into a cold carbonara. You can turn it into a pasta salad, but I like to do peanut noodles.
Right.
And again, much like the barbecue sauce, you can purchase a peanut sauce, but it's also so easy to make. Most people have these ingredients. It's just peanut
and you
butter.
send this to school. What about peanut allergies that other kids might
You know,
have?
you do have to be careful about
Yeah.
that. You could use sun nut butter if you know, sunflower seed butter
Oh.
if you have issues. My son's school doesn't worry too much
Oh, they
about
don't.
it.
Okay.
But then you just have some cider vinegar and some soy sauce.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. And, you know, the secret ingredient is a splash of hot sauce.
Oh, put some in.
And so, you know, a lot of parents worry about that. But the reality is hot sauce is a lot like salt. Just a little bit doesn't add any heat, but it heightens the flavors of all the other ingredients.
So you don't put any tahini in here?
You could. You certainly could. But
Yeah.
I keep it very simple because, you know, I have 5 minutes to make his lunch at the end of the day, and so I have to crank this out. And so I just do it, I keep it very simple.
So, see, I think the kids are not, the dads are not even watching because they are watching their kids in the audience. Sorry, dads. It's hard.
That's true.
It's hard. So you put chicken in here too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And you can, but you know what? You could also use some steamed or sauteed veggies, whatever you have on hand. Keep it simple and keep it easy.
And pack this up in a little container?
Exactly. We just toss it together. We're gonna, and you know, this is one of my secrets: a bento box or small compartment lunchbox. And you can buy all sorts of little containers. They're wonderful because not only do kids love to have lots of choices, but it forces you as the parent to be more creative. You know, because suddenly you can't just make a PB&J. You have to fill a bunch of different
What's a PB&J?
Peanut butter and jelly?
I'm just kidding. I know what that is.
Grinding your own peanut butter? No, and so, you know, it forces you to be
Making your
creative.
own grape jelly. How's that?
There we go. You beat me.
I just made some over the weekend.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Okay, so you give them a nice serving. Oh, sesame.
Yes.
This is like sesame noodles, but it's...
Exactly.
Oh,
and
it's
sprinkle some sesame seeds on it, some
fantastic.
scallions. And
so that goes in here.
Right.
And then you just send that off.
Exactly.
And the silver goes here?
Yep.
Fantastic.
And
I think this is a really, really great idea. Now, do they know to keep it flat?
I just put a nice pack. And you know what? It contains it so it doesn't move around too much.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is a great idea, Lauren. Okay. This is Lauren Dean and her 2 children, Natasha and Matthias, right? Did I say it right? And they're here to show us exactly what Kitchen Playdate is. a very nice book.
Oh, thank
really
you.
nice.
Thank
How
you
long
so
did you
much.
work on this?
Oh, about 2 years. I call it my third baby, basically. It took a lot.
It is, and it is beautifully done, published by Chronicle Books, and beautiful photos, and lots of good information for socializing, but also how to make your kids sit down and eat with you.
Right. It's
Right?
a family cookbook.
Yeah.
I mean, a kitchen play date is really just an easy way to entertain when you have young kids or even 12-year-olds, 13. We've been pretty big on the 12 to 15-year-old circuit as well. You do as much as you can ahead of time,
Right.
and then we leave a project for someone to do, part of the cooking and even craft-related projects.
Right.
So these are the Baker Dozen eggs.
So here you're butter painting,
Yes.
right? Butter painting.
That's it.
Yep, perfect.
All done.
So the children are buttering the muffin tins, 12 whole muffin tin.
Right, because it's really hard to
We have to
serve
butter the bread
eggs for a
too?
crowd.
Yeah, don't we butter the bread first?
Yes, you can do. Well, sometimes at home we don't. Sometimes we do. It
okay.
depends. You don't want. Okay,
She
you
doesn't-
can do it.
she doesn't want butter on
Matthias
her
will
bread?
butter-
It's
Well,
all
we can keep
choice.
them in and it'll look pretty. So yeah, basically it's hard to get eggs for 12 at the same time.
So
All
have you
right.
had trouble getting your kids to eat human food?
You know, oops. Uh-oh,
You know
this
what
one
I
broke.
mean?
Try
Human
again.
food?
Human food, real food. Well, I find that if you try to make it a little more playful, we take them to the supermarket and I let them pick pretty much. Oh well, can you try another
What they
one
want, what they
carefully?
want to eat?
Yeah, and we get to pick out. We get to pick out one of the goofiest looking vegetables, like a celery root or Matthias. What's your favorite vegetable that we discovered? Here, let me help you. Okay.
Turn.
Yeah, this spread's a little tricky.
Oh,
from
the
zooming
orange
out.
peppers
Yeah.
are beautiful,
Try
aren't
in the
they?
corners.
And they're sweet. Aren't they sweet
Got
compared
it.
to green peppers? Yeah, I love
And
them.
I like, what are those called again?
What? The one that tastes like candy? Fennel?
Oh, fennel. Oh,
like
licorice.
licorice?
Oh, yeah, it tastes like licorice, right?
Yeah, I'll do this part.
That's
How's
good.
that?
Oh, it's very good to go to the
Okay.
supermarket. So,
Yes.
so this is one of the recipes that's in the book.
Yeah, I have a whole chapter on breakfast because
Oh.
I think breakfast for dinner can be
Want to
fun.
press? Wanna
And
press
this is
these
a
in?
great way to serve
So
for a
butter,
crowd.
butter. We're turning the stove on here. Okay. Oops.
Oh.
Watch
You know,
out!
the good
There's
part
a
is the
stove
egg
under
cooks
here.
in, so it's easy to take out.
And if you
okay.
turn those,
so
it
really,
starts
what
it.
you do is you toast these in. Normally, we get them, and we were practicing, but we're having
Oh.
some trouble today. Matthias, you want to try
Well, you know
one?
what You know what happens? The hot lights here dry out
yes.
the bread.
So we have
So,
some here. Can we use
okay.
these? You toast these for
Okay.
3 minutes of 375, so they stay like little cups.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to have you do the egg part now. Can you do that?
Yeah, just
The
press
egg and the
those
ham.
in with try to press them in without breaking them
But there's
too
some here for
badly,
you,
like
remember?
that. Okay.
Tasha's very specific. She likes
these
to
are
cook
good.
every step. So if we skip a step, it's a little upsetting.
Oh, so
we put a
you're
little bit
using
of ham or
prosciutto.
prosciutto.
Oh,
Right,
delicious.
which they tend to like. I'm going to just stick this under here. And then you can add cheese. You can, it's the whole point with the book is just to be flexible because when you're a parent, you kind of pretty much have to be flexible.
Okay, one more needs
One
ham.
more.
Oh, one more needs ham right there.
You got that? You need a little help?
So are both children equally adept in the kitchen?
They have their different interests, I would say. Tasha likes to do every single step pretty specifically, and Matthias will pretty much go with the flow a little more.
Right.
And that's okay. I mean, the thing is, this is like
Good
real.
egg breaker. Look at her.
You see, she has been good.
Now, how old
Yeah.
is Natasha?
How old are you?
5.
She just turned 5 last
Oh,
week.
well, you're a very good egg breaker. Here, break 3 more eggs here.
More eggs. Here we go.
yes.
Here, let's move those over
This
here.
is excellent.
So the book
You
is
can
kind
use
of
this. Oh, you can use it.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. Either way, she's
But to
very
be,
neat.
To be not afraid of breaking eggs, too, is excellent. Oh, look, and they're perfect.
Good. Good job.
Yes.
I think you did such a good job, honey. Well, teaching, when you're cooking with the kids, it's math comes alive, science, you're working on all the skills, measuring and sorting, and they learn self-confidence and,
Sure they
flexibility,
do.
patience.
And chemistry.
Yeah.
And all kinds of science and even arithmetic.
Right, and they're reading. Matthias
Yes.
is learning to read.
Yeah. How old are you, Matthias?
6.5.
Oh, 6.5. Wow.
So the book has, in the one last thing, there's a kids in the kitchen tip. So it tells you if you have younger children or older children, what they can do within the recipe.
A little salt and pepper.
Right.
That.
Oh, and then the cream. Sometimes we do
Oh.
cream first, sometimes we do cream after.
I'll do the pepper. Do you like
Okay,
pepper,
why don't you do that?
Natasha? Do you like pepper?
Matthias, you want some eggs? You want to come down here and help me over here? I have some over here. You can
This has to
finish
go
it.
Oh, very pretty.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are great.
Can I steal
Well,
the
these are
ham
so
back
nice.
from you?
Now, what temperature is the oven for these eggs?
I think 375. You bake just the toast first, and then you let them cool because you don't want them sort of leaning on a hot.
Oh, okay.
On a hot little.
Oh, and here they
oven.
are,
And
all
here they
done.
are.
Oh, wow. This is my favorite part.
You want to do some more, buddy?
Matthias, say
Yeah. Well, we
tasting
use some
these.
over there. We use some. Okay. I'll
So
do
look,
the
they
ham.
come right out. Look
and
at
you
this.
can do the egg.
How many do you want?
What?
How many
wanna
do you
eat?
want to eat?
You want to put some cheese and chives on first?
You want 2?
Yeah.
2. Okay. You're a big boy. You're 6.5 years old. You better have
Okay.
2.
Yeah,
And
and
then
they're really easy. They
a
come
little
out.
bit of cheese.
What is that?
That's Swiss cheese. You like that? Uh-oh,
Parmesan
that's mine.
cheese.
I only like some kinds of cheese.
Oh, this is
Oh,
Manchego
first time.
cheese. It's not Swiss. Manchego cheese is okay for you?
That's
I'll
Daddy's
eat
favorite cheese that you
pizza
sneak.
cheese.
Pizza cheese.
Oh, mozzarella cheese
I
you
think
want.
this is the one Daddy eats.
Okay,
that
what
you
about
like. How are you doing?
scallions?
Oh,
Are you
Josh
big
is
on
just
scallions?
cooking away. Okay.
Do you want,
I'll eat
you want some
pizza.
scallions or chives? You want chives?
Okay.
Mommy, what is that?
Good job.
Oniony, smell.
So these then go in the oven for
No.
about 10 to 15 minutes. No, what do you do?
See what am I talking about, children?
Crack it right in here.
But do they eat, Matthias, do you eat pretty much everything that's put in front of you
wait 1 minute.
Yeah.
at home? Sometimes they're good eaters.
Oh, he's a good eater.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll get tricky.
Right, and
But
you don't
I didn't
make
eat
special.
everything last night because Mama gave me something. I only ate the.
What didn't you
meat.
want? What didn't
You
you
ate
want
the
last
meat,
night?
right?
It was that noodles that I ate.
Yeah, he doesn't like the spinach noodles all the time. I try.
EJ, what are you going to make for us now?
We are making a side dish,
Little potato salad.
a little potato salad.
With a very rich, creamy dressing.
Yes, you can see that the ribs, when they come out, Martha, 3 hours, look at how they're already tender, like falling off the bones. You can see that, 3 hours, right? Now you just baste them. I know, I can feel your pain, really. I really can.
I mean, I wish you guys, I wish that
We had a
I
rib
wish
for
I
everybody.
could walk up there and give every single one of you these.
Good
All
boy,
right.
good boy.
So we take some potatoes and you peel them and dice them. And,
So you use big Idahos or
Yep.
russets.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe about 6 cups fork tender. And then what I do, this is going to sound a little unusual, but it's delicious. By the way, we had some folks during the commercial break ask how they could follow along until the debut of the show. And what we're going to do is you can easily go on Facebook.com/Emerald, and we'll keep giving you information and showing you
Oh, yeah.
and teasing you a little
That'll
bit
be good. And
until
the radio
until
show.
the debut. And the radio show,
Yeah.
of course.
Until when
Cooking
you're-
with Emerald on Tuesday and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to take 1 cup of heavy cream or whipping cream, reduce it in half, and Martha was talking about that creamy dressing.
There's a rubber scraper.
Yep. And then what
Do you
we're
like
going
rubber
to...
scrapers?
Here, you each want to...
Does your dad teach you how to use a rubber scraper?
He's always taught me how to do this.
No, he has. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
then we have a 1/4 cup of red wine
You
vinegar you
got
can
that.
put in.
1/4 cup of red wine
Yep.
vinegar.
So the
Yum.
combination of that, Martha, is just
Oh,
delicious.
yeah.
And then you can scrape that out each.
Yeah.
2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And don't worry writing this down. You can go on marthastewart.com and easily get it quickly.
Okay, that's good.
All right, now, I have a 1/2 cup of celery, chopped.
Finely chopped.
Yep. Small onion.
Chopped.
Each, I got parsley in there.
1/4 cup flat leaf parsley. Just
Yep.
dump it all in.
I'm making this pretty.
Oh, no, we're going to stir it.
And then some salt. Black
Thank
pepper.
you on the other side.
Oh, white pepper?
And then we have about
Eggs.
4 eggs that we hard cooked. Cold water, bring them up about 4 minutes. Simmer. Turn the
stir
heat
this.
off 2 minutes, and you got perfectly hard cooked eggs.
Gently. Here. See, rubber scrapers don't break the eggs. Gentle.
Just put them right in each.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, babe.
Come on, get out of there.
Do you talk to food?
A lot of times I do.
Yeah.
I even talk to those guys sometimes.
Oh, you talk to the ribs?
They get
pretty
naughty
good.
and
So
spicy.
now those had to get back into the oven again,
So
right?
you put
For another
those back
20
in the
minutes.
oven, and we
Okay.
have some right on the cutting board over
Oh,
there
yeah.
that came out
Oh,
that
I
are perfect.
I can see now. Here's one for you.
Thank you.
Oops. And one for me. This is so good. And you're going to want to eat these ribs with that fantastic potato salad.
Yeah, you can see right here, Martha, what we'll do is we'll just take a nice portion of that potato salad.
No, that's EJ's plate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's for when you're going to watch the Jets play the Super Bowl.
Now, Martha, I just want you to just tell them at home about that right there. Because there's something about the acidity of the vinegar and the creaminess of the cream with that mustard and the fresh parsley and the hard cooked eggs. That
Pretty
just,
good.
It's just really, really amazing.
Cooking school lesson number 19, how to make sugar cookies. Now, why do I put a lesson on sugar cookies? Well, because it's a dough that has to have the right consistency. There's a rolling technique for the sugar cookies, and if you make sugar cookies, you will be a hero. You will be a hero, and we're going to also show you how to do beautiful frosting on these cookies. And today we're cutting out egg shapes for the holiday coming up. Yes. So, Aisha, would you just sift with a whisk 2 cups of flour with 1 teaspoon of baking powder, oh, excuse me, half a teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you just whisk that together.
Absolutely.
And I'm creaming a half a cup, 1 stick of unsalted butter with 1 cup of sugar, and you get that nice and fluffy. And then you add 1 egg. This is a very, very simple, foolproof, delicious sugar cookie. There are many sugar cookie recipes, but I've been making this one for many, many years, and I just love the taste of it. And it gets better. The cookies get better sort of the longer they sit in the cookie tin.
Oh, yes, they kind of get soft and
They get
wonderful.
delicious.
Can I just tell you how exciting it is to cook with you, because I have cooked many things out of your books and your magazine, and I did my sister's wedding cake out of Martha Stewart baking, and it was beautiful.
Just recently?
Well, a few years ago, and it was a blast, but it was like a weekend, you know, of like, because you bake it, then you do the crumb coat. I had to throw all my food away so that the cake
Only
would fit in
a
the
weekend?
fridge. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She's like,
Sometimes
"Only a
wedding
weekend?"
cakes take an entire week to do. I just added a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and you just cream that nice and fluffy, and then I'm going to add something that if you're making it for children, you can taste. You like to taste,
And
right?
I love to taste.
Here, let me just...
I wash my hands.
No, I don't care. You're the one who's eating it. Good, huh? And I'm going to add a whole tablespoon of cognac.
Yum!
I like the flavor of cognac in a cookie, but if you don't want to use cognac, you can use a little bit of
Tequila.
orange juice. You can use tequila. Really wouldn't give much of a flavor to it.
Right? But
This
like rum,
adds
maybe?
kind of a depth of flavor, and
tequila's good.
it really doesn't taste. You don't taste the cognac, but it does add a really great flavor. Okay,
Smells
so now
amazing.
this is going to be incorporated right into. You can also add milk in place of the cognac.
Well, and also with sugar cookies, don't they do well with like lemon peel,
Oh
lemon
yes,
juice?
yeah. But if you want a flat cookie like that, to add a lot of peel in it, you'll see
make it
the
bumpy.
peel. And I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of cognac.
Yum,
It's supposed to be
yum,
2
yum.
tablespoons. Okay, and then the rest of the dry ingredients. And don't mix too much. You'll make a tough dough if you really beat this too much.
And these taste way better than the way people usually do sugar cookies, which is to buy the loaf in the store and slice it.
Oh, very
Right,
different.
like a totally.
It's a
yeah,
very
that's like the
different thing.
sugar cookie everyone's used to, and those aren't the most delicious cookies.
I'm just incorporating.
I also
And I
did
have
my
to
sister's
scrape
bouquet
down.
out of your magazine.
Oh, really? How
yes,
great.
That was the other weekend.
Great.
She was like, they were at the altar. They're like, no flowers. Where's Aisha? I was like, it was beautiful. I weighed like 30 pounds. It
So
was like,
this is the dough. It's a nice consistency. Wrap it in plastic wrap in a flat round and chill it. You can chill it for up to 2 or 3 days, actually.
Can you make this and just kind of keep it and then slice it when you want to do
Yeah,
cookies?
you can. But you can do that in the
Freeze
freezer.
it?
Yeah, but this is a rolled cookie. I like it rolled because they look prettier, I think,
Okay.
than sliced. But you can slice it for a quick cookie. So this is the round that we have chilled. Feel how cold it is?
Oh, yeah.
And now just roll this out into about 1/8 of an inch thick, and gently to start so that it doesn't, crack too much, like mine is cracking.
Mine is cracking a little
Oh
bit,
yes, around the edges, but that's okay. It softens up very quickly because it has quite a bit of sugar in it. The more sugar in the dough, the more tender and cracky the dough is. But in a way, that's gentle, one direction. You don't have to fight.
like a brute.
You don't have to fight cookie dough. So it's like pastry dough. You roll in one direction and keep turning the dough so that it doesn't stick.
Okay. How thin?
So,
how thin
so
do you
she's
roll
very
this?
adept. Listen, watch Aisha. She's very good in the kitchen.
I do my best.
She's very good.
I do my
And this can
best.
be rolled again, but chill in between picking up the scraps and forming it into another round, it's good to let the dough rest a little bit before you try to. You'll get prettier second cookies.
And if you get a little hole, you can just kind of roll that back together.
So now yours is almost ready to use a little flour. Oh, by the way, another secret for cutting is always dip your cutter in flour. The perfectly cut out cookies, you see how pretty they are? They're going to bake evenly and nicely in a 350-degree oven, preheated, for approximately 10 minutes. Ice cream sandwiches. Now, wouldn't your friends really like to just sit down and watch the last quarter munching on one of these? These are chip sandwiches. Chocolate chip cookies, in between which is sandwich, wonderful ice cream, coffee, vanilla, chocolate. Those go best with chocolate chip cookies. And the edges rolled in coconut or chips or chopped nuts. Real easy, real simple. We have our chocolate chip cookies already baked, and we have an assortment of ice creams. And what you do is just scoop out a little bit of ice creams. Notice it's a little bit soft. We've put out the ice cream just until it softens. Spread it with a spatula, being very careful not to break your cookie. One perfect scoop. Top it with another cookie. Oh, this helps a lot, just to press it down. And then roll it in chocolate chips or coconut or nuts. With chocolate ice cream, I think chocolate chips would be perfect. And put it on a parchment-lined sheet and get it right back into the freezer. Sandwiches can be stored like this in an airtight container for 3 to 4 days. They're a cinch, and they are a great hit. Today I'm making a chocolate and cream sandwich cookie, and I have a wonderful little helper joining me. Her name is Elizabeth, and she's the 6-year-old daughter of our producer, Mary Elizabeth Lawrence. So hello, Elizabeth. Hi. Elizabeth was on our Easter show this past year, and we had such a good time, didn't we? Yeah. And this is her first live appearance. And she's very, very, very self-composed. And she knows how to measure, and she knows how to break an egg, I understand, right?
Yes.
So you do the wet part of the cookie. Now, you know how to use the app also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you have an iPad at home that you use?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And what's your favorite part of the iPad? Do you play games?
Coloring.
Coloring. Oh, you do the coloring app? Oh, I love that app. What's it called?
I forgot.
Oh. But that's okay, because there are several, but they work very well. So I'm going to do the dry ingredients. These are little thin chocolate cookies and filled with a wonderful, wonderful white cream. Now, your mom told me you love to bake. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Cookies.
Oh, and you just baked what this weekend?
Cookies.
What kind?
Chocolate chip.
Were they good?
Mm-hmm.
You followed the recipe exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And you can read, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spell.
Uh-huh.
And are you a good speller?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have spelling bees at school?
Yes.
And what do you do in those spelling bees? Do you win?
Well, everybody who gets the word right wins.
So you win? You always get them right?
Uh-huh.
Good. How do you spell cookie?
COOKIES.
Perfect. Excellent. And what about mathematics? Do you like math?
Yes.
So you know how to measure?
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
6.5.
6.5. And when will you be 6 3/4, pray tell?
December 10th.
Oh, you know already? She knows. I mean, these children nowadays know everything. Do you know everything pretty much?
No.
No, good. I'm glad you recognize that. Adults think kids know everything. Can you spell Martha?
MARTHA.
That's not bad. Really good. Okay, so I have 1 1/4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. They call it AP flour. Do you see these little cheats in the bowl? Mm-hmm. See that they tell you exactly? We have these fabulous little cheats, so that's why when I just look in the bowl, I know exactly how much goes in there. And you would probably know how much goes in there without even a cheat, right? Because you would memorize the recipe. And 3/4 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. Doesn't that look good? It makes a really dark cookie. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay? So I'm going to whisk that around while you mix the wet ingredients, sort of wet ingredients. So you have 1 egg. Can you break that in the bowl? How often do you bake?
A lot.
A lot. And do you cook also?
Yes.
So here, you can put that right there. And then you can start whisking. Here's your little whisk. Oh, the big whisk. And very good. Do you wear an apron when you cook at home?
Yes.
So you don't get your clothing soiled? Here on the show, because you look so pretty, we didn't put an apron on you. Do you mind?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, darn. What color apron do you want?
Purple.
Purple. I don't have a purple apron here. If you worry about your dress, you can also just do a little dish towel around your waist like this. I don't want to cover up all those stars. They're so pretty. You know, like this. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, and I'm just tucking it into your little belt. Okay, so now add the brown sugar. Here's your brown sugar. So it's, how much brown sugar is it?
2.5.
2/3.
2/3.
Yeah, cup. 2/3 is 2/3 cup packed light brown sugar. Okay, so you can just dump that in, mix that in. And the best thing of all is the butter. It's supposed to be melted, got a little bit. Oh, it's okay, it's still melted. And 5 TBSs. What are TBSs?
I don't know.
Tablespoons. 5 tablespoons. These are all abbreviations. But, oh, you're doing well. So mix that all together. Use a little elbow grease. Do you know what that is? Strength. Yes. Get all those lumps out. But this cookie app is so much fun. See, what this is called the Cookie Runway. Now, where is it? There it is. Oh, there it is. And we need the recipe. There it is. Excellent. They know. They know. Okay, so that's good. And then I'll add, you keep stirring, whisking while I add the dry ingredients. Very nice.
Smells good.
Yeah, doesn't it smell delicious? Do you like chocolate?
Yes.
Yes. You like everything, right? Is there anything that your mommy tries to get you to eat that you don't like?
No.
No, good. That's a good sign. So is it getting harder to stir?
Yeah.
I think you have to stir now with a spoon. At some point, when you're making doughs that get thick, you have to switch to a wooden spoon or a spatula. So why don't you use the wooden spoon now? Don't worry, don't worry. See, good thing we put an apron on. Excellent. I'll scrape down the sides of the bowl. Now this is for, you know, you can put this into the mixer. Did your mom let you use the big mixer?
No.
No. Oh. Does she let you have a dog? I heard that little Elizabeth wants a dog desperately. Do you?
Yes.
Oh, well, if you talk about it enough on TV, talk. What kind of dog do you want?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you have any idea?
No.
No? Have you looked at different breeds? Do you go to the pet stores on the weekends?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you watch Animal Planet and look at all the different kinds of dogs? Oh, there's a big dog show coming soon to Javits Center. Maybe it's happened already, but you should always go to a dog show and learn about the different breeds, and then talk to your parents about which one that you really want, okay? I'm getting a lot of trouble here. I'm a firm believer that all children should have some sort of pet. So there, that looks good. And then we're going to turn this out between 2 pieces of parchment paper. How much do you really want a dog?
I don't know.
She thinks she's getting in trouble. Her mom is standing right over here to our left. Hello, Mary Elizabeth. Hi. You have a lovely child and a very smart little girl who's doing very well on the show for your first live appearance. So see now, see how nicely this comes together? And you can then roll it out between 2. Do you like to roll? I'll let you roll here. Let me see. Now that's the second batch, but you can roll the first batch out. That's a big one. big. Here, a little. Let me move some of this stuff away. But we have some rolled out already. But you can try. Here, let me just move this over here. Just roll it lightly. Don't press hard. Just roll back and forth. This moves by itself. See? Isn't that great? See? And you don't have to press. You don't have to press at all. Not just start. Here, let me turn it. Then turn your paper and roll the same way. Yeah. Go crosswise. Oh, you're doing fantastically. That's a ball-bearing rolling pin. Isn't that fun? Mm-hmm. Yes. This is the best kind if you're going to start your kids baking and rolling. Give them a ball-bearing rolling pin. Look how excellent. Let me feel how. Oh, it's very smooth. Ooh. Now you need a little bit more smoothness, but you're going to practice after the show. But look. Pretty good, right? Here. So we have one that's already rolled out, and we're just going to cut those out. You can do that and put them on the baking sheet. Press really hard. Okay. And then for the filling, it's just butter and sugar and confectioner's sugar. And you'll fill your beautiful cookies. Come on over here now. We have almost run out of time. Come on over here. And here, you can try one of these cookies. You like a lot of filling or a little bit?
A lot.
A lot, yes. So see, when you're making your own cookies, you can determine how much goes in. So there, that's for you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for learning how to make cookies on the show. These are dried cherry scones. And so you like to make scones, right? You like to bake? You have your baker's hat on.
Yes.
So you want to help me mix up the dough? This is called, do you know what this is called? Cuisinart, or food processor, right? Do you ever put your fingers down in there?
No, there's a knife.
That's right, it's a knife. And you don't ever stick your hands down in there. So 1 3/4 cups of flour. You can put the butter in if you'd like. 2 1/2 tablespoons of sugar. So you use all natural ingredients. You try to really.
I do whenever I can.
Yeah.
And I get them, shopping with me so that they understand why we're not buying things out of a box. I take shortcuts whenever I can, but sometimes I'll put the ingredients together the night before, and then we'll do them.
2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay, that's enough.
And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, oops, I got salt on you. So I was asking Matthias what he likes to do other than cook. So what are the things you like to do?
What do you like to do?
What do you like to
What
do?
did you do last week? What did you take lessons in?
Snowboarding.
Snowboarding.
I went skiing.
And you went skiing. Wow.
And then we came and cooked after that, right?
That is a lot of fun. So you like to ride things, right? Like horses?
No.
No.
I like horses. I only like
Skateboards? Yes.
I like horses.
You do? Okay.
That's all I like to ride.
Okay. Well, that's so much fun. Skateboards and snowboards. Wow. What else could be better, right? So here, we're just pulsing this until the butter's coarse.
Until it's coarse, and then you can put it in this bowl, and then we need you to add the cherries in here.
So for children, take the blade out, right?
It's enough.
You don't want to touch that. It's really sharp. See where the butter got all chopped up.
All right, now toss that in here. Matthias, can you come over by me? No, you don't need to leave. You don't need to bring the bowl. Here, we'll bring it right by Natasha. And you're going to put these in here. This way they don't come over here. They don't sink in the bottom of the batter this way.
Stand over there.
Come on, I have a job for you too, buddy.
Who's going?
Now in another, we're going to leave this
zest
here.
of 1 lemon.
Yes, you can crack the egg in
This
that
is what
bowl.
really goes on in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. She's in charge. I just kind of make sure everybody's safe, and then it's okay.
So 1 egg, 5 tablespoons of heavy cream.
Right.
Here, you mix it up with a whisk. Don't worry about it.
No, she's very neat. Okay. And then we add stir in here, Matthias.
Okay, so whisk that up.
Can I grab that fork from you, Martha?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. And you're going to stir. No, that's the finished ones. Here, stir in here. This is 1/2 cup of dried sour cherries. You can use any dried fruit. And then this goes. You have the cream in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this sounds really
Do you have cream
good.
in there?
Yeah.
Additional cream, you need
that's
a little.
the extra.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the
Now,
extra.
can I have this? Now, Matthias, stir this in.
This is
Yep.
up to mine.
Okay. You can stir in a minute. Now, stir around really quickly.
I wanna do it.
Okay. Gotta go.
I need to get this thing off.
So if the dough is too, don't worry about that.
Okay, there
if
you
the
go.
dough is too,
If it's too dry.
just add a little bit more heavy cream.
Right.
And then do you pat these into shape?
Yeah,
or-
they should be kind of, I call them a shaggy mess. They shouldn't be too perfect because you want them to be really light. You think it needs more?
Here's a little bit more lemon zest for you.
Okay.
There you
Should
go.
I add this now? Okay,
Why
so
does it
keep
look
stirring.
Here, just mix.
Yellow.
That's
Oh, that's from the yellow lemon zest.
from the egg, right?
It needs more.
You think more? I think Matos needs to stir a little faster. Can I do it with you?
Yeah.
Stirring, stirring. And then you kind of throw it here on the board. Yeah. It's your turn next. It's a lot of turn taking you need to do any of your kids.
Yeah, and form it
Okay,
into
let me
these
have it now.
beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh,
You
here,
got it?
Matthias, here's another brushing job
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
you're good
Here,
at this. Brush and
the tops
extra
with
cream
heavy
and sanding
cream.
sugar on top. Okay, got it?
All on the tops.
And let me add a
I'll
little
sprinkle
more.
the sugar because I love.
Needs a lot of
Isn't this
cream.
beautiful sugar.
You can also take the sugar out and add about a half or quarter cup of blue cheese in here and make them savory, which is really nice.
That'd be good.
Because I think I try to do is make everything as flexible as you can. There's lots of
Do
suggestions.
kids
for
like blue
variation.
cheese?
Yeah, believe it or not. We put that in Snow White salad, right? With the pomegranates that look like what do the pomegranates look like?
Like rubies.
Well, we say blood in our house.
Oh, blood. In our house, they were rubies.
All right, so then we bake until you mush this together. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay, you pat it together, and then you cut them into eighths, and then you bake them.
Okay. More.
Oh, sorry.
And
you
then
bake them
the
at
oven
425?
is 425.
Slime.
Yes.
So
for
breakfast may
425,
get on
12
the
to
table.
14 minutes.
It may. It may get on the table, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's okay. So these get baked at a really hot oven, 425, 12 to 14 minutes, and they come out really
gorgeous.
light. from all
Right into the oven, Matthias, and
powder
look
and
what
cream.
comes out. I bet you like to munch on these, right?
Yeah.
Here,
Okay.
taste. You want some butter on them?
Can I
No?
Would you like
Of
to
course
taste?
you can.
Let me wipe
Here.
your hands, and here you go.
Here you
Can I
go.
have this all?
Yeah, you can have the whole thing. Oh, I want to taste this too. This looks
Okay, there you
really
go.
good to me.
We're going to make a pressed ham and cheese and pear sandwich.
So delicious.
Oh, sounds good. And this looks like
Yeah.
great bread.
Would you slice 4 slices
I
of that
will.
rustic bread?
I will.
I mean, basically,
Whose
we're
bread
making.
is this?
Well, I don't know where that bread is from.
Oh, you have to know where
I
the bread
know. What
comes
am
from.
I
How
thinking?
thick? Like that thick?
Yeah. I mean, I would say about a half an inch or
Yeah.
less is fine.
The thinner the bread, the more the filling. Oh,
Right, which is
yes.
good. I mean, I think it depends on what kind of ratio you particularly like. I know you like your bread really thin. I'm going to start getting these ready. You're basically making a grilled cheese sandwich, but it's a little bit.
Do you say
fancified.
sandwich?
No, I said sandwich. Did I
Oh.
say sandwich? I didn't.
It sounded
mean
like
to.
sandwich.
No. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm brushing
Oh, am I
the
making one
sides.
too?
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh.
make one too.
Okay.
Brush one side of each slice.
So much for the. I don't want any. I don't
You don't
like
want the crumbs in
my
your
sandwich.
sandwich.
I do not.
So brush one side with oil,
Yeah.
and then
with
one
mustard?
side with mustard.
See, I like a lot of mustard.
Mustard's going to go on the inside.
Okay.
It's a nice balance. I feel like
And
we
the
did this
oil's
with,
going where?
The oil's on the outside. 'cause
Oh,
the oil,
oh,
See,
okay.
the oil's going to act like say the butter on a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, okay.
And then the mustard is just the flavoring
butter?
on the inside. Not on the. I mean, you could use butter if you wanted to. That would also be delicious. But I don't know. It's, I guess slightly healthier.
Oh, so we
It's-
should have started with the oil.
Well,
I made a mistake.
you know what? I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
A little bit of ham.
I was not paying attention.
I'm going to
was
just
getting
let you do it how you want.
distracted.
Oh, wait. A little bit of cheese, about a ½ ounce on one side,
Well, what's
and then
a
the
half
ham.
an ounce of
Well,
cheese?
I mean, it's a couple of very thin slices.
Of what kind of cheese?
This is Gruyere.
Okay.
You could use. I mean, this would also work with turkey and.
Fontina.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Then you have your pear. Put that on top of your ham. It's a little. It's about a quarter of a pear, but it's just enough to cover your
Looks
sandwich.
like nice ham.
I know. Delicious.
It's like baked ham.
And then some arugula, pear. And then what's happening here is we need to keep this together with something, so we're going to put cheese on the other side too. And as it melts, it'll just
I was going to
hold
say-
everything together,
I was
which
gonna say,
is
I think you better put something
it's
else.
kind of key. Otherwise, it could fall apart with all of these ingredients in it.
I love making sandwiches. That's one of my favorite things.
I know. And at this time of year, it's really nice to have something warm and cozy and delicious. And the contrast of all the flavors in here, the saltiness of the ham and the sweetness of the pear and all of those things together it's really, really
Okay.
nice. Okay, so now over here we have a pan.
Now, if you have a panini maker, use that, right?
Oh, yeah. But this is sort of what you can do at home if you don't have a panini maker is just make it in a big cast iron skillet or any skillet and then weigh it down with
another-
another cast iron skillet. These are really heavy, which is what's going to make them press. But if you didn't have 2 cast iron skillets, because not everybody does, you could just put
Really?
What?
They're very easy to get
Well,
at
they
Macy's.
are. Totally. They're not
Yes.
expensive. I mean, the good thing about cast
Everyone-
iron is they are inexpensive. They're super
And they
duper
last
useful.
forever.
And they last forever.
And the more you
But-
use them, the better they are.
Exactly. But if you don't have 2 yet, you can weigh this down with anything that's sort of heat proof, like a pan and then some weights and
So
some cans.
on
and-
what temperature? Like medium?
Yeah, you heat it on medium, and then you actually want to turn it down to like maybe a medium low so that it
Okay.
doesn't burn. Because like grilled cheese, it can get burnt before the cheese melts.
Right.
And you don't want that. Here we have some that have been grilled. And you can see that they get a beautiful golden color.
Oh, wow. This looks
And
so good.
the cheese is nice and melty, and it's going to be very delicious. Here's a knife.
Yes. Oh, I have one. It's okay.
Oh, knives everywhere.
So do you like yours on an angle or exactly
I
in
like
half?
mine on an angle.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just do.
Well, I
it
like mine.
depends.
I like mine like this.
Of course. We're so different that way.
Oh, thank heavens. No, it's so beautiful. And then do you stack yours a little bit?
Well, it
And then
depends.
you can have some more arugula salad on the side. That looks like a really, really good pressed sandwich.
Yeah,
And,
maybe some tomato soup would be good. with
Oh,
this.
tomato soup would be nice.
Grilled cheese sandwiches, you know, are one of the most popular sandwiches in America. I don't know about Canada, or you live in Switzerland. What about Switzerland?
Yeah, it's a coq monsieur there,
Yes.
which is a variation, but in Canada, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, hot chocolate and grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We always have tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, no, that's a great one. You
Yeah.
dip the grilled cheese in the tomato soup.
Yeah, that's
a
really
one.
good. So I like to use a ciabatta. This is a beautiful bread, and it's made at the Sullivan Street Bakery. But you can, if you have a good bakery nearby that makes this kind of ciabatta, and I cut off the top. And you can slice some tomatoes for me, not too thick and not too thin.
Okay.
Now, just right. Shania Twain should not be nervous. You are a very good cook, I understand. You like to cook.
I love to cook, but it's
Yeah.
such an individual thing. I actually don't even like people helping me in the kitchen.
You don't?
No, they never get it right.
Oh, see?
It's like,
Okay, well,
you just have to do it yourself.
I'm very happy
why
that
I'm
you're
nervous.
helping me. Oh, well,
Because
just...
I figure, she said not too thin, not too thick.
I'm just joking. I don't care how thick or thin, because grilled cheese and tomatoes, I think, are just great together.
I've never done
And
it
if you
with
like
tomato.
bacon, you can stick a piece of bacon in. I don't like to put ham in my grilled cheese sandwiches, and I don't like to put any meat. Are you a vegetarian?
I am. But
Yeah.
isn't it too greasy when you put bacon?
Yeah, I just don't care to have that. Now, don't throw the inside away. Save this. You can toast this. You can make it into breadcrumbs. And then I always like to butter a little bit. Do you like to butter on your sandwiches?
Well,
A little tiny bit?
We do inside-out grilled cheese sandwiches in Canada. You butter the outside.
Yes.
You put that in the pan. Then you put the cheese on. Then you put another outside buttered piece of bread. Mm-hmm. And that's how you do it. That's the grilled cheese.
But I
I
always like to put a little bit inside, too.
And we use cheddar.
Oh, you use cheddar. Yes, I like cheddar too. You can use. I'm using a Swiss or a Gruyere. You can use Emmenthal, or you can use cheddar, sharp cheddar, or
You can mix,
mild
mix.
cheddar. Yeah,
I like mixing too.
And then I like to put on the tomato. And it's so good.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sandwich. And I'm cooking it in a grill pan like this on the stove. If you have a griddle, you can do it on the griddle. And then you top it with just a tad for flavor of butter. Not too much on the inside.
Is that salted butter?
No, I always use unsalted butter.
Unsalted
See, I'm
butter. Then you
adding
add
I'm
your
adding a little salt to the tomatoes and a little bit of black pepper. Now, if you all like too, you can put a little bit of basil in your sandwich. Then cover.
That's
then-
kind of like Italian. It seems Italian.
It's like a
style, sort of.
panini. Yeah, this
yeah.
is sort of panini-like. And then a little bit of butter on the outside. This is not for the 30-day diet kind of sandwich, but you just put that in to your griddle. And a little bit of butter on the top. And then just weight it down with another skillet. Make sure the bottom's clean, no rust, and just put that on top.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And so you use cheddar, and what else do you do? What kind of bread?
Use cheddar, any kind of bread you want. Brown bread's really good, whole grain bread's really good. But what I do is I put the grilled cheese in with the cheese and the underside buttered heavier than that.
Oh, more, yes.
And then I put a lid on the pan so the cheese starts to melt.
Now, this works about the same way. And then,
yeah, exactly.
And then let that get marked. There, just let that stay.
Well, but I leave it open.
Oh.
I put the lid, I leave it open, put the lid, let the cheese start to melt. Then I put the second slice on.
Oh, that's nice.
Because then the second slice sticks to the cheese.
But we have some that are already made and just kept warm in the oven. And this is what they look like when they come out. They're really kind of pretty.
And that one's with ham? Oh,
no. No, that has basil. So this is one of the 30 things that you really should know how to make. And you
this
can cut
is a gourmet grilled cheese sandwich.
Well, but it's what kids love this. When they come home from school and they're really, really hungry, it's just one of those 30 things.